Tell them that I told you, won't be any longer. Devil gonna leave you, he's heading over yonder. Tell them that I told you, I told you, I told you. Whoa, whoa. When you're rolling like a stone, when you're shaking in your bones, I'll be waiting here for you. When you're running from your ghost and there's nowhere left to go.
Hello everyone, I'm Yukun, and today I'm here to show you my tool, Interface Architect, which is a Maya tool to help you to write your own GUI for your Maya tool. And this tool helps you to visualize the whole process of GUI programming when you don't need to write any code, because the code will be generated behind the scene. And here is a quick example I built earlier. And you can see this is the hierarchy of a GUI. And if you hit preview, here is how it's done. So there's a tab layout here, row layout, and buttons, text, and you can customize your own stuff. And let's get started. And I'll show you from how to install the thing to the detail how to use it. So as you can see, it will be coming with a folder called Interface Architect. If you click in, there's the docs, and that's the script for the tool. If you go into the docs, the draft Python file is where your code will be. Oh yeah, so this code this script will generate a Python code instead of Mel. So if you're looking for Mel, I'm sorry, this version only generates Python right now. It's something that I can look into in the future because basically it's the same. And here is the documentation for the whole tool. And as you can see, everything is listed in a pretty detailed format. All right, so first, we can go into Maya and restart everything. All right. What you need to do is first click into your script. All right. And then you load from file. Remember, you always have to load the script instead of just copy and paste, because that will change your current working directory and then the code won't run correctly. I put it in the desktop, new folder here, and then load the file. And remember, it's Python. What you can do is save it on the shelf. So Interface Architect, okay, and just close this, and it will be here, right? And we click in, and here is the tool. So as you can see on the left-hand side, the thing is called Interface Architect. As we saw earlier, there will be the hierarchy, and that's how you visually generate your GUI. All right, and you can click on it to select and deselect. The selected one will be highlighted, and click again, it will deselect. And it will always start with the default row column layout because that's how you run it, and it will be easier to keep on track. If you really don't like it, just delete it, no problem. But you can delete it in your code, but you cannot delete it in here. So keep that in mind. And then let's see. So for the first tab, you can add default element. And if you click into the second tab, that's where you do your customization of the elements. And the third tab, which are the actions, go and you can preview your file and save your code wherever. All right, so here in the default, we have add a button. So this is just some really commonly used elements. So button, it will just add a button. If you go to action and preview, button will be there. So icon text button, preview, that's the icon text button, right? And I'll go to layout later because you can't really see a layout unless you have something in it. And for text field, text field. Yeah. All right. So now, if we see the layout, for example, if I want a layout and you hit preview, you actually can't see anything because nothing is in the layout, right? Let me just delete it. So now let me just delete everything and then we start over. So say now you want your GUI to be a tab layout, the main GUI to be a tab layout. And under that, let's do something simple for now. Let's add a row layout first. So the default row layout has 2 children. Always keep in mind only 2. If you want different sizes or different children number, you have to do customization. We have a row layout, right? And then say I want a text and a button, but I want it to be in the row layout. I can explain this really quick, but this you can see. That's how you can see there is a row layout. Okay? Okay. And you can do the same with column layout, scroll layout, tab layout. You can't really see it unless I add it in, but I'll show you in a bit when we talk about the action. And customization part is where you added all your customized elements. The way you do it is first you have to have an element type. So for example, if you want a button, I spelled button. And remember, it has to be valid. If it's not valid, you can still add it into the hierarchy, but when you preview, it will cause a problem, and I will show you in a bit. So let's do a correct one. When you do update type, it will go to here to show you whatever type it is. So if, say, I want a row layout, it will just get updated. Button. Okay? And then now we start to add attributes. But since we don't only have one, you can just keep adding. So what you do is say, if you want to label L, my button. Keep in mind that this is literally the value of the attribute. So if it's a text or a string, you actually have to have the quotation mark here. And if you hit add, it will be added into the element attribute. So if I do W, which is the width of the button, to 200, add again, it will be added here. All right, and now I think I'm good for demonstration. So I want to add a button with label my button with a width of 200 to my hierarchy or architecture. So I just hit add to architecture and button is here. So if you go to preview my button, voila. So it's pretty straightforward, right? And of course, if you do it again, another my button. How to clear it? You just clear it, hit clear, and then the attribute will be gone. And for the element type, you just update. So the reason why I keep it here is because no matter what element you want to add, there always have to be an element type. So there, you technically don't need to clear it ever, because sometimes you just want an element but no attributes. That's why you need a clear for attributes, but you technically don't need a clear for element type. All right, let's try a wrong one. So say button tune. I misspelled it. Update. And then add it to, it will still be added into the architect, but if you preview it, it gives an arrow saying that it's not right. So delete that and preview again. There we go. And of course, if you're just being silly and try to add nothing here, it will gives you a warning saying that need to have a valid element type. Just keep that in mind and you can keep going. Now let's talk about actions. So this is where the magic happens. So to demonstrate actions, I actually have to have some elements. So let's add, say, a tab, a row, text, and a button. How about that? Let's do one more button. so that I can delete something. All right, so as you can see, I can just click and highlight and select and click again to deselect whatever. The delete thing is just literally delete the element from a hierarchy. So if I click on this, delete, it will be gone. Preview, it's gone, and then do it again. Okay, and then delete, right? And then, let's see. Okay, so let's talk about make as a child, and then we'll talk about how delete works when you do the delete a parent. So, like, when you program a GUI, this architecture actually is just a visualized hierarchy of your code. So your layout will be your parents, and you have other stuff as a child into the layout. Say if I want the text and button in one row, I have to make it a child of the row layout. Right now, you can see they're always at the same level. So if you preview it, it looks like this. What I can do is make the text as a child of the row layout by simply click the text and then the row layout, and then make it as a child. And you can see it indent in, right? Okay, we can do it again for the button, because if you preview now, it's still like that because you only have one child in the row layout. And what I can do again is click the child and click the button and make it as a child. Preview. Yes. Now it's in one row. And the interesting thing is that you actually have to put them in order. So click the child and click the parent. I can do it again. Say this, this, and then it will move the text into the tab layout. See? All right. This doesn't look good, but let's put it back. And also, you can make a whole layout as a child. You preview it again. And to demonstrate that, I can add another one just to make it look prettier. See? Okay. And now, something fun. So, what if I delete a parent? What will happen? So if I delete this row layout, what the code will, or what the tool will do is put whatever the children in the parents back to the deleted element's parent. So if I delete the row layout, the children of row layout, which are the buttons, text, will become a children of row layout's parent, which is the tab layout. So right now it looks like this, right? And if I delete this one, there we go. So that's just something to keep in mind. All right, now it's a little messy. And also you can select all of them and delete together. It will be gone. Okay? All right, now let's do this. Okay, we just added 3 buttons, 8, 9, 10, right? And then we will demonstrate the function called move to back. So what does this function do is to move whatever the selected element is to the back of its own level. And you can only select one thing at a time. So if I select 8, okay, let's see, 8, 9, 10, right? So if I select 8 and move to back, what will happen is 8 becomes in the end 9, 10, 8. And if you select all of them and move to back, it won't work. All right? And yeah. Let's do a more complicated one, see if it works. Add 2 buttons. Make us a child. Make us a child. All right, right now 11, 12. And move to back. preview. 12, 11. All right. So if I add another button right now, it's those two on top and then 13 on the bottom. And if I do that, oops, that will happen sometimes. There we go. Back to here. There we go. Yeah, it just happens sometimes. I don't really know why the first time it didn't go through, but now it does. So that's one thing I realized when I was running the code. If sometimes the move to back is a little funky, just keep clicking it and it will go through. Yeah. And that's just programming. All right. And then another small function is called clear selection. What it does is literally when you select everything, it just unselect everything, deselect everything. And that's about it. And now we can do a full demonstration of how to combine everything. So let's just make whatever we saw earlier, the tab GUI, really quick. So we'll start with the tab layout. And within that, let's do something cool. How about a row layout with a text and a scroll layout? So let's put that together first. I want the text on the left and then scroll layout on the right. All right, and put that into the tab layout. Yes. Looks a little weird. We should put something in the scroll layout. Let's put a button. Let's customize a button. Test button. Oops. Put it here. Okay, it looks a little nicer now. And because it's not long enough, you can't really see. How about this? Let's just keep adding. Might look a little weird. All right. I think I might still be able to add one more. Let's see. Yes, there we go, finally. All right, so I want another. Let's just do a column layout for the second tab and have a couple but not make as a child, and the whole thing as a child of the tab layout. Okay, let's preview it. There we go. All right, and on the really bottom, I want a row layout. And then to default button. Child, the preview. Here, there we go. A basic GUI is done. So this is just a quick mock-up. I didn't use too many customized element. As you can see, the button is really big when you do default. But if I do it here as a customized one, it's actually pretty small and neat. So technically, you can do everything in this tool, and then it will generate you and save you the time to actually do the hierarchy yourself and generate the code. Oh, okay. So I'll show you the code really quick. So if you go to, let's see, the doc folder and open this, see, that's where the code goes. And if you hit save, go to the draft test. Yeah, and then the code will just be saved wherever you feel like. Okay? And now I'm just gonna select everything. Delete it. Now if you preview, it's gone. You go to here, draft. See, if you go to the draft, and the code is gone. All right, thank you so much for watching, and this is the tool, Interface Architect, and if you like it, you can download it by the link I provided below and give me a feedback how you like it and how I can improve. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.